The lefty loser that tried to shoot Trump had a long criminal history, including charges of possessing a weapon of mass destruction. Details have also emerged that this dude has been a vigilante or a crime fighter since 1990. Back in 1991, he was praised for his assistance in helping defend a woman against an alleged rapist. Routh, then 25, was wearing a coat and tie in a large photo accompanying the story. He was dubbed a super citizen and awarded a law enforcement Oscar by the Greensboro chapter of the International Union of Police Associations. The headline on the story read, "Crime fighting pays." This wacko thought he was Batman. He thought he was the vigilante justice bringer to save the world from Donald Trump, the villain. Now, Routh, the crime fighter, also actively tried to recruit civilians to go over and fight for Ukraine against Russia. He even went over to Kiev to try to recruit Afghan soldiers to the cause. Routh told the Financial Times that he tried to join Ukraine's International Legion for the Defense of Ukraine, which is made up of foreign volunteers, but was rejected as too old. You suck. Routh claimed the Legion then suggested he work to recruit other foreigners to serve in the unit. Now, the International Legion for the Defense of Ukraine disavowed Routh and any connections they might have with him. On June 10th, 2020, Routh's apparent X profile directed a post on X at Trump in which he said he had supported Trump in the 2016 presidential election, but that Trump had become a disappointment. The post concluded, "I will be glad when you are gone." From October and November 2023, he promoted conspiracy theories about China, COVID-19, and biological warfare. In December, Routh posted to the platform questioning the historical claim of Jewish people to Israel. What really burns my biscuits is how many American flags this guy wears. Take that off. You do not deserve to wear our country's colors. Now, Routh did comment on the previous Trump assassination attempt, tagging Joe Biden and Kamala Harris in separate posts, encouraging them to visit those injured at the rally. You and Biden should visit the injured people in the hospital from the Trump rally and attend the funeral of the murdered firemen. Trump will never do anything for him. In an April post on X tagging Biden, he wrote that Biden's campaign should be called something like KADAF, Keep America Democratic and Free. Trump's should be Massa, Make Americans Slave Again, Master. Democracy is on the ballot and we cannot lose. So this dude, who was a vigilante crime fighter in his own mind, had labeled Trump as an American slave master who could not be allowed to win. Routh also said, "I'm willing to fly to Krakow and go to the border of Ukraine to volunteer and fight and die. Can I be the example? We must win." This is how delusional this guy is. He tried to enlist Afghan conscripts in a flurry of social media posts saying, "Afghan soldiers, Ukraine is somewhat interested in 3,000 soldiers. So I need every soldier that has a passport to send me a copy of their passport to send to Ukraine." Send me your passport, guys. We're going to war. Routh's LinkedIn page says he started a company in 2018 called Camp Box Honolulu, which builds storage units and tiny houses. "Oh, our vigilante do-gooder went to rebuild Hawaii." A Hawaiian man who gave Routh a bad review on Facebook told CNN he was unsettled by Routh's response to the criticism. Solly Levi, owner of a vanilla company, said he had paid Routh $3,800 upfront to build a trailer for his business, but when Levi came to Routh's shop to review his work, it was shoddy. Levi said when he asked Routh to improve the work via email, Routh ranted at him. He just kind of started ranting about, you think because you have money, you're better than me, Levi said, adding that Routh also mentioned having gone to Ukraine to fight against Russia. "I kind of decided maybe I should just let it go for the sake of my family." This dude was already off his friggin' rocker. Back in 2002, Routh was arrested after he was pulled over by police and allegedly put his hand on a firearm before barricading himself in a business. He was also charged with owning a weapon of mass destruction. In this case, it was a fully automatic machine gun, but it is worth noting that a man who had a charge of possessing a weapon of mass destruction, had traveled to Ukraine to fight against Russia, was not under close surveillance by the FBI or other three-letter government agencies. Over 100 criminal counts have been filed against Routh in North Carolina alone. Records show convictions for carrying a concealed weapon, possession of stolen property, and a hit and run. In those cases, which included misdemeanor convictions for violations such as resisting an officer and driving on a suspended license, Routh received a suspended sentence and parole or probation. This dude should be in jail, serving hard time. The court records for Routh also show a 2003 divorce, as well as multiple civil judgments after contractors and individuals sued a roofing company he helped run. In an interview with Newsweek, Routh said he was 56 at the time and that he was from North Carolina and had flown to Ukraine from Hawaii. He complained about U.S. leadership as it related to Ukraine and urged greater support for the country from the U.S. government. This conflict is definitely black and white, he said. This is about good versus evil. Black and white, good versus evil. That's a good behind the scenes look into the mentality of this whack job. For as much as a hero and crime fighter as he wants to portray himself, Routh is a coward. In his shitty self-published book available on Amazon for $2.25, he describes about the Ukraine war how he gave up and quit. A decision he says makes him the worst of humans. Notice that Routh ran away after being shot at. He just straight up left his rifle there and hauled ass like a little bitch. Routh also writes, "I am the failure, the hypocrite that wants the world to change but let communism beat me down and exhaust me and send me home. A mere 5 months and I run for home, not even with the first bit of mud or cold or the first bullet, and I am beaten and exhausted in the simplest elementary ground floor challenges of good and evil, and I fail." Well, Ruthie, you sure did fail. And I hope the criminal justice system succeeds in putting you away for the rest of your short life. When the left labels Trump Hitler, fascist, dictator, evil, vigilante wannabes like this decide that it's open season on Donald Trump. As we grow closer to election, I see more and more whack jobs coming out of the woods. Anyway, that's what we know so far about this leftist douchebag. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'm CV. This is Conservative Vibes. I'll see you next time.